Hey guys, so Milani has new eyeshadow palettes out. There are 6 in total, of which only 4 are in stores. The other 2 will have to be ordered online if you are interested in them. So I have the 4 that are sold in stores. These are a pretty good deal because you get 6 eyeshadows in the palette and the price averages around $10, which is a pretty good price. So let me show them to you. We have number 1, which is called Must Have Neutrals. And this is probably my favorite one. By the way, I've worn all 4 of these palettes multiple times actually. So this is probably my favorite one. And it's just like really everyday wearable neutrals. And they are very neutral neutrals. So that's what that looks like. And you see you get a nice assortment of colors. And then on the back, they have their recommendations of how to wear these. And of course, you know, you can do what they say, or you can put them on however you want to. But it's a nice assortment of shimmers and mattes, and some of the shimmery ones are borderline glitter. But it's a really nice assortment. See, if I tilt it like that, you can see kind of which ones are glittery and which ones are shimmery. So in this palette you have a shimmery gold, you have a matte beige, you have a glittery sort of a bronzy color, I would say, and then you have a matte brown, and you have a shimmery peach, and then you have a matte black. And let me swatch them for you. So the first 4 in the palette look like that. Really, really pretty. Yeah, I think that's my favorite one. And then these last 2 shadows over here, look like that. These are really, really pretty. Not so easy to find though, because they showed up on special edition type displays at Walgreens a couple weeks ago, I would say. They showed up around the same time as those moisture lock treatments that I reviewed. And I've been holding off on doing this video because I was hoping to find those other 2 palettes too, but it doesn't look like those are going to be in stores. I've seen them on the Milani website. The second one is called Bare Necessities, and this is number 2. And this is what I have on right now, and these are warm neutrals. So I'm wearing this one, and what I did was I started off by applying this shade all over. I put this shade in the crease. Didn't use the gold at all this time. I have used it when I've used this palette before, but me and gold don't always get along. I put just a tiny little bit of this in the outside part of the crease, and then I did my inner corner highlight and my brow bone highlight with this shade. And I didn't use this at all today, but this is a very nice brown. But you know, every time I use this palette, I like to kind of switch it up and try something a little different. So that's what I have on right now. Oh, and I did take this shade, I dragged that along the lower lash line too. So let me swatch this one for you. So these are the first 4 colors. And again, it's, you know, an assortment of mattes and shimmers. And then the last two shades look like this. That brown, I didn't swatch that very well because it's a very smooth shade, so it's not that it's patchy. It's oh jeez, come on Deb, you can do better than that. There we go. Yeah, it's my swatching skills, it's not the eyeshadows themselves. So that's that palette. Okay, and the next one is called Smokey Essentials, and this is number 3. And this one is a combination of blues and neutrals and, well, I would say this shade here is sort of a cream color. This one is kind of a light taupe. This one is a grayish blue. Oh, and the cream color is a matte, the taupe is a matte, and the blue is a shimmer. And then this one here is a matte black or a really dark navy blue. Yeah, I don't know. I would say black. And then this is a light shimmery blue, and then this is a bright shimmery blue. So let me swatch those for you. This is how we're gonna, yeah, it's a black. That one that I couldn't decide is a black, definitely. So that first shade doesn't really show up that well because it's very close to my skin tone. I like the assortment or type of colors that they included in these, how they gave you a variety of textures and everything. That's so nice, you know, to have that option. You definitely don't have to wear these like one way. There's a lot of different ways you can go with these palettes. Okay, and then the last two shades, these two right here. That's those right there. Really, really pretty. Alright, so the next one is called Earthy Elements, and this is a very, very warm palette. Honestly, this palette doesn't look that great on me because it's so warm, but I still, you know me, I like to wear lots of different colors, and even if they're not flattering on me, I just have fun with it anyway. So I think I need to experiment a little more with how to wear this palette. But I know that if I keep trying, I can find a combination that will look good. But the first couple times I used it, I know what it was. The first time I used it the way they said on the back of the palette, and that was not flattering at all. So then I kind of played around with it, and the second time was better. But I still think I can do better than that. Anyway. This one is, as you could see, there's an orange in the middle. Well, you know, I guess it'd be a variation on a peach, but you get a gold, a shimmery gold, and then you get a matte yellowy beige, a matte peach, deep peach, and then you get a shimmery gold, And then you get another shimmery gold. So there's like 3 different golds in this palette. And then this is like a shimmery bronze. So let me swatch these. And again, that first one's not really showing up too well. But they recommend using the first shade as a base shade. So it's supposed to just be an all-over base. So the first shadow in these palettes isn't really that pigmented because, you know, it's not really meant to be used on its own. And then these last two right here, look like that. So that is the 4 palettes that I have swatched. Now, like I said, there are 2 more palettes. So I'm going to insert a clip of Plum Basics right here. And then I'm going to insert a clip of the other palette, which is called Vital Basics, which is all bright colors right here. So my overall impression of these is that for $10, I think they're a really good deal. I have dry skin, so eyeshadows can sometimes be a little powdery on me that wouldn't necessarily be on somebody else. So if you look at them, they're just a tiny bit powdery. So what I do for that, which you know you probably won't have to do unless you have really dry skin, I take a little bit of my Smashbox primer water and I just give my eye area kind of a spritz like this. And that just kind of melds them together a little bit and makes it look a little bit less powdery. I used to use Max Fix Plus, but that stings my eyes, so I don't use that anymore. And so anytime I have any issues with that, I just use a little bit of that. So I like it a little bit better after I do that. But yeah, I don't think that these aren't really powdery eyeshadows. It's just me and my dry skin, and it also depends on what I use for a primer underneath. Now, I did go on the Milani website to see if it said anything about whether or not these can be used wet as well, and there was no information about that because some shadows you can use wet, and some shadows, if you use them wet, you'll ruin them. So it didn't say anything. So if you're somebody that likes to wet your eyeshadows for more vibrancy, I would say, you know, maybe wet your brush and just take a tiny little section of the corner of one to test it out to see what happens. But yeah, these are really pretty, and for $10 a piece, I really enjoy them and I've been using them a lot. Now, are these limited edition or are they permanent? I honestly don't know and have tried to find that information out. I mean, they're on the Milani website, but it doesn't say whether they're permanent or not, and you cannot assume that just because they're on the website does not mean they're permanent, because Milani has been known to put limited edition products on their website too. So I don't know if these are part of the permanent line and if these are eventually going to go from the cardboard displays that you see in stores. By the way, I got these at Walgreens, but CVS is going to be carrying these too. I have not actually seen them in a CVS yet, but I believe they are going to be carrying them as well. So that is all the information I have, and I would definitely recommend these. I've been really enjoying them, and there are some beautiful colors in here. I really wish that the plum one was going to be sold in stores, because as you saw from the picture, Those are some really, really pretty colors. And I don't know, I think it might have even been fun to have that bright one to just, do something crazy with once in a while. So that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.